What's going on, guys? It's me, Kevin Sings, coming at you with something a little different this time. I'm going to start a new series here on YouTube called Dream a Little Dream with me. And I just have a lot of really strange dreams. I share them with my wife and daughter and sometimes my friends, and they also think they're strange, but they're just normal dreams for me. So I'm just going to start a little series where I share them with you, and just for funsies, little story you get to listen to. So this dream that I had just recently starred for a moment anyway. You know how dreams are. They kind of phase in and out of each other. But this one started off, and I do have some notes here just so I remember. Dreams are fleeting, you know, so I try to write them down as soon as I wake up so I don't forget. But this one had to do with Brett Cooper, famous YouTube star Brett Cooper, and one of my best friends, Shaun, was sitting in the living room with me in some house that I, don't know. But we're sitting on the couch and we're watching Brett play some sort of GTA game. It was really strange because it was like we were watching the game, but we were also in the game at the same time. Again, dreams. So yeah, I just remember Shaun was trying to guide her through what she was doing. She was like trapped in an alleyway, and whatever she did caused her to get a star. If you know about GTA, that means the cops are onto you now. They're coming for you. And then instantly gets 2 stars. Cops were everywhere, and right before I went to bed, I watched this game series, and I can't think of what it's even called now, but I was watching some guy play it, and it's like the movements on this thing were very ragdoll-y. So everybody in this thing is just ragdolling. All these cops or whatever, they're not trying to shoot her, they're not anything. They're just like trying to throw their bodies on her and keep her from exiting this alleyway until finally she gets all the way up to 5 stars, and it's just like, just massive amounts of bodies in this alley. Just she's trying to like wade her way through them. So again, it's like we're there and we're also watching the couch. So maybe it's some sort of VR or something of that nature. But yeah, she was like begging Shaun for help, and he was like, "Hey, I can't do anything at this point. Like, you're on your own." So that was basically it. I ended up actually waking up from that one. And I was like, man, that was, of course that was weird. And always hoping I remember that the next morning, because sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night. If you got one kind of in the middle of your sleep cycle, you might not remember that one the next morning. So, and anyway, I fall back asleep in the next dream. It's kind of related. We're sort of in the same living room, but now Brett and Shaun are not there, and it's just me, and I'm sitting on the couch, and there's 5 other guys in the room. And one that I recognize, he looks like a friend of mine, Cody, but it also kind of looks like Nolan Sykes, if you guys have ever watched Donut Media, Nolan, so I'm going to call him Cody Nolan for the rest of this. But I just remember distinctly he was wearing a dark green shirt with blue jeans, and he had a hat with like a really, really curved bill that was like matting down some shaggy hair. And I'm just kind of watching, while they're playing basketball, living room basketball, and where the TV was, where we were watching the GTA game, there's no longer a TV there now. Now it is a like a professional style basketball goal, but miniature size. So like a spring loaded rim and everything like that, mounted above the TV stand now. And they're playing with this little green foam ball, but when they shoot the ball, you can hear the kerplunk against the backboard and the swish in the net like a real basketball. So it's kind of humorous. And I'm just watching, and then I watch for a while and just kind of seeing them play, and just watching a basketball game. I don't know, I'm gonna get into the details of seeing them juke and whatever else, but I'm watching very intently. And so finally I stand up and I tell them I want to play. And there's 5 of them and there's 1 of me, so we could have easily done 3-on-3, which would have been an even game. And I said, no, I want to take all of you guys on 5-on-1, all of you versus me. And so, as soon as we check the ball, this green foam ball, I back up because I'm going to try to sink a 3. The back of the living room is designated way back here for 3-pointers. Everything else is 2 points, So I'd try to take a jump back and do a jump shot. And as I do, they're all just on me. And especially Cody Nolan. And so Cody Nolan comes in, and again, with the ragdoll thing, he's not trying to like throw his hands up and block me or anything like that. He's just ragdolling his body against me while I'm trying to get him off me. And I can't do the shot. Finally, he just continues to push on me to where he's literally just laying his entire body on me, and I'm like pressed against the back corner of this living room over here and just like can't move, arms down to my sides. And So finally, I got to kind of look at my notes here and see. Oh yeah, that's right. I start yelling at him that this is charging, which is obviously not the case considering you can only charge on offense or on defense. I mean, wait, yeah, on offense. Sorry. You can only charge on offense, so obviously he's not charging, but it's the only thing I could think of in my dream state. And I don't know what that's called, just a foul, I guess, and I don't follow basketball too closely. So then he asks, I tell him that when he's first pushing me, and then as he like just completely fully lays his body, I'm like, clearly this is charging. So finally, I was like, I said, you got to let me up. He finally lets me up. I get a little bit of space, and I do a hook shot, one of these from 3. Clunk, bounces off the rim, comes flying back. Of course, a clunk from this green foam ball is just funny. It comes flying back, and I grab it. Well, now I've created like enough space, so I do a, jumper, fade away back into 3, and sink it, swish, yes. So that's my ball again. That's how we're playing, So I make the shot, I get the ball back. So this time I break around the left side of the living room, and I'm running in for a dunk or a layup or whatever, and all the other guys, by the way, are just like in defensive positions. Like they're just like around the living room, like they're guarding someone. They're playing man defense, but there's no men. So I break around the left-hand side and I go up, and of course Cody Nolan is there to stop me, and he presses his body against me again, but he goes and he grabs the foam ball like he's going to try to steal it from me this time. So when he does, I keep my hand firmly gripped on this foam ball, and he's, we're just there, like he's his chest pressed to my shoulder, his shoulder pressed to my chest, and we're both trying to grab this ball, and I clearly have the better grip, and I just start like we're both doing this with our fingers, trying to pull the ball into our hand because it's that little foam ball. So I tell him, clearly I have the ball, bro, like just let it go or it's gonna rip, it's gonna rip. So he refuses, and we're finally there, feet planted, shoulder to chest, and I finally break free, and I leap from our position and I slam dunk it, super satisfying on this tiny little rim. How is that possible? I'm a big guy. That rim would have snapped off the wall. This is dreamland. I don't weigh nothing. So I slam that thing, and then my alarm goes off like the game buzzer, and I wake up. And that was it. So there's one dream for you. Hope you enjoyed that. There's many more, some much weirder than that. So I want to ease you into this. Some of my dreams, some of them are out there. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will see you next time. Peace. What's going on, guys? Jeez, what is going on, guys?